This is Educated Artistry. We're back. Hi, guys. Welcome to Educated Artistry Podcast. Welcome to the first episode of 2024. I honestly missed you guys. It was too long to not have an episode. I don't even know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't even know where the time went. And I am just excited to be back with some fresh interviews, some fresh inspiration, and I just missed this. I wanted to just come back with a solo episode because we have some important things to cover today, and I just wanted to be the two of us just hanging out, having a good time. The 3 week break, I mean 3 or 4 weeks, I don't even know, guys. I can't even remember which day. I feel like it's probably been a month since we've had an episode, but I missed you guys and it was a long time. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. I hope you had a wonderful new year. And I just want to say, too, like so many of you guys messaged me after the last episode where it was the power of starting today. And you guys really resonated with that episode, especially when it came to, creating New Year's resolutions and that whole segment of it. So thank you so much for reaching out and just letting me know that you guys enjoyed that episode. I love hearing that you guys like the solo episodes a lot, and I promise I'm going to start mixing more of them in there. There's just so many good guests too that I want to talk to. So sometimes I'm like, okay, I haven't done a solo episode in a while. So I'm just excited to start this year with a solo episode with you guys. So today on the agenda, we are going to announce who the 2023 top downloaded episode winner is. And I'm also going to talk to you guys about my 2024 lash trend predictions. If you follow me on TikTok, you probably saw what some of them are, but I want to get a little bit more in depth with you guys and just what I think is going to happen in the industry this year. And then lastly, I kind of want to talk to you guys about what my plan and my strategy is with content and what I think is going to shift in just the content creation area of social media and what I'm going to be doing, what my plan is. That way, if you guys feel aligned in the same way, then you can try these things with me and just kind of see where, if you're kind of struggling with content creation and you feel like, maybe your accounts aren't growing as much, you're unsure what to do, or you're unsure where to focus. Should I post more on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or like whatever it is, like where your focus should be? I'm just going to tell you guys what my predictions are and what I'm planning to do and how I'm planning to grow my brand. So, really quick before we get into all of that, I want to remind you guys that I am throwing the My Lashentine event here in Vancouver, Washington on February 18th. Tickets are going to be cut off and we're not selling anymore after February 1st because that way I want to make sure I have a specific head count to give to all of the amazing sponsors that we have for this event. It is going to be red and pink themed. So everyone's going to be in their best red and pink outfits. We have swag bags that are valued over $200, and we have over $3,000 worth of giveaway items that you can enter to win. We're going to have vendors there. We're going to have food and drinks. I'm renting a cotton candy machine. I don't want to give too much away, but we're going to have a lot of fun. And I'm excited to throw one of the first events in Vancouver, Washington that is exclusively for lash artists. So if you are in the area or you're close by, I'm going to have the ticket link in the show notes. If you do have a group that you want to bring with you, I have a couple artists that are traveling from a few hours away. So if you have a group that you want to bring, send me a DM and I will give you a group rate discount code. But otherwise, for listening to this podcast and being my bestie on here, you can get 15% off of your ticket. Just simply use the code podcast in all caps. That's going to be 15% off your ticket with the code podcast, and the link is in the show notes of this episode. Alrighty, guys, let's get into the top downloaded episode of 2023. If you are new here, I do this for my guests the past 3 years. I think this is the third year that we've done this award. And it was just something that I really wanted to add to the industry. I feel like we don't have a lot of opportunities to have like bragging rights or win awards or have trophies or anything like that. So it was really something that I wanted to do, and it's so fun to do every year and really be able to celebrate our guest in just a special way because they do come on here. They're coming on here for free to give you guys education, share their story, give you insight, and I appreciate them so much for their time and coming on here to this podcast. So, we are going to get into who our winner was this year. We had a fire lineup of guests this year, and I honestly thank every single one of the guests for coming on this show and giving us value. We actually had quite a few episodes this year where the downloads were neck and neck, like they were close within like 50 to 20 downloads. And that was like the closest it's been this year, which is exciting to me because it shows me that we're putting out guests that you guys are really liking. And it also shows me what kind of episodes that you guys like, what kind of topics that you guys like. So that was really exciting for me to see that there are like multiple guest episodes that were really, really close in those highest downloaded numbers. So let me quit chatting, and I'm excited to announce the top downloaded episode of 2023 is, let's do a drum roll. You know what? Actually, I'm just going to let them introduce themselves, guys, because I sent them a package and I didn't tell them what it was for. I just said, "What's your address? I need to send you something." And let's just have them introduce themselves.
All right. I got a package, so I'm going to show you. I already cut it open. I have no idea what this is. No idea. My dear friend, Kayla at KK Artistry. What the 2023 Carly Workman top episode of Educated Artistry podcast. What an honor. What a fucking honor. I've never gotten a trophy before. Thanks, Kayla, for having us a part of your podcast. I foresee many podcasts together in the future.
KK Artistry let me know that she was sending me something in the mail, and I had no idea what to expect. So I'm here to unbox this with you on camera. I cut it open already just to make this a lot faster because I don't want to struggle opening it. So I must say that this is well packed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Top episode, Educated Artistry podcast. Thank you so much for this, Kayla. You're so awesome. We love you and we love working with you in any collaborative way. And can't wait to see what you do in the future. But this is amazing. Thank you.
Congrats, Carly and Kayla of Lash Reality, for your big win this year. This was episode 95. It was called "The Newest Trend in the Beauty Industry is Here." We did a little prank on you guys in the beginning of the episode where we talked about that the newest trend was going to be butthole extensions. And I think that was part of why the episode did so well, was just like getting you guys in there. But guess what? What made you stay was the incredible value that we had within the episode. We talked about retention tips with pre-made fans, innovation of new products, collaboration with brands, and we also talked a lot about their Bloomberry tweezer collection that they had launched at the time, and those are some of my favorite freaking tweezers, guys. So if you have not checked them out, I'm going to have the link in the show notes here for you guys. They did something really cool with their website where they have a lash influencer page. So I am an affiliate for Lash Reality. I've loved their products for many, many years. I've been through the whole process. You guys know I am like diehard for pre-made fans. I have nothing against them anymore, even though I used to be a hater. But I will say that Lash Reality has some of the like top of the line pre-mades that I have seen in the industry so far. So I am a stan. But what they did is they added a lash influencer page to their website. So you'll see me and then a couple of their other affiliates. And this was something cool because especially when I'm on TikTok live or talking about a product, people are like, "Oh, what do you like from there? What's your favorite things? What are you using?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's this. It can just be a lot." And now you can just simply click on the link. You're going to see everything that's in my top faves of the tweezers that I love, the adhesive, the pre-mades. Everything's going to be in one easy place. And then the discount code that you can use for me is right there as well. So that way you can save some money on products. So I'm going to put that link there for you guys so you can see what tweezers that I love from that collection. But there's a ton of other products that I love too. I mean, honestly, I want to be like, can we just add the whole website to my page? Because like I love it all, right? So if you have a minute, pause the episode and make sure that you go send Lash Reality some love and congratulate them on their win for the episode this year, guys. I know it will make their day and they'll be so excited to hear from you and that you enjoyed their episode. And if you haven't listened, then go back and listen to episode 95 because there's a lot of really good information in there. Alrighty, let's move into our next topic for today, which is going to be my 2024 lash trend predictions. So, there are so many things that I think that are going to happen in 2024. I feel like we're seeing this like evolution of the lash industry right now, and we're seeing a lot of changes. And some of these things were kind of already brewing, I feel like quarter four of 2023. And I think they're just going to take over our industry this year, like completely. So, my first one is brown lashes and color matching. We've seen a ton of brown lashes lately and they're starting to gain popularity. But I think what the hard thing right now is that there weren't a ton of brands that had brown lashes or had the variety of brown maybe that you wanted to have. They're a little bit harder to find. So, one, I think that we're going to see a huge uptick in artists wanting to do brown lashes. We're actually going to see a huge uptick in clients wanting to transition to brown lashes. And I think we're also going to see a big uptick in brands providing brown lashes in different shades. Something for me personally, I've already, guys, transitioned 5 of my clients over to brown lashes and they are loving them. And it's some people I do angel sets, some I do, full volume. And it has been really cool. And it's been some of my clients that I would have never even guessed that they would even be interested in brown lashes. They're like, I talked about it on an Instagram story and they were like, wait, like that's an option. I kind of I'm kind of interested. And honestly, they are so beautiful, especially on clients that have blonde hair, red hair, like lighter hair, and that want just a more they want more of that like natural look. I will even say like I have 3 different shades of brown now that I offer, and even the dark brown, which looking at somebody you probably wouldn't be able to tell like right away like, oh, your lashes are dark brown, they're not black, because they are still so dark, but they give a softness to the eye that is just really really beautiful and doesn't look as harsh even if you're doing like a pretty like, full volume set on them, and it just looks really really pretty. I have a couple videos on TikTok and Instagram if you guys kind of want to see what I've been playing around with brown lashes. But as these gain more popularity, we're going to start seeing clients come in and asking for brown lashes. So if you are a lash artist right now and that's something that you want to try, I definitely think grab a tray, grab a model, and start practicing, start putting those out there. I think especially if you're having a time where you feel like your books are a little bit slower, you're having a hard time building clientele, that's going to be a really great way to stand out in your area if you are the artist that is offering color matching or brown lash extension sets. I definitely think too the color matching is something great where you're actually going to have different shades of brown and you're going to be able to kind of show the client like, if they're wanting to match kind of their eyebrow or their hair color, that you're going to be able to show them the different shade options that they have. I think this is just going to completely blow up. I honestly think we're going to see where 50% of it's going to be 50-50, I think, with like between brown and black lashes. I've currently now, like, since I have 5 clients that have transitioned to brown to where now I'm buying like single length trays of brown lashes. I will say so far, my favorite ones that I found with the most variety and different shades has definitely been Lash Ritual, which love Lash Ritual. They're known for colored lashes and they do just have a really cool variety of different shades of brown. So I usually get the dark chocolate, the chocolate, and then I can't remember if it's called light. No, I think it's dark chocolate, chocolate, and then just brown are the 3 that I usually cover. And it's going to be like kind of a dark brown that almost still looks black. It's just a little bit softer. One that's going to be more brown, and then one that's like a little bit of a lighter brown. So love them all, and I definitely think that you guys should try them out. Kind of going along with this prediction too is that I do think that like natural lashes are making a comeback, like the barely there lashes, which is going to kind of go hand in hand with brown, because if you do like a beautiful brown, even like classic set where you're using 0.02 or 0.03 lashes and making just nice little closed fans to give that angel set or wet set look. I think that's going to be something huge this year too, where it's like, it's even going to be more so of like, are you wearing lash extensions? I think we're just going to really see a more like barely there natural lash extensions that are enhancing the eye, but they are not going to be as overpowering. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I think Mega Volume, like our thick, dense, long sets, there's always gonna be clients that want them, but I think that they're on their way out for a little bit. With any type of trend, it's like a pendulum and it always is gonna swing back and forth, right? And I think this year we're gonna swing more towards natural sets, really like snatched looking sets. So I think that those like M curl, I think specialty curls are going to gain popularity, which they did in like 2019, 2020. We were starting to see a lot of brands educate on specialty curls and come out with M curl, L plus curl. And then I feel like the past couple years they've been there, but like nobody's really used them. I haven't really seen any education on them. I definitely think that that's going to come back around. So I think we're even going to see like those nice snatched, I think it's like people call them like the fox, where you're using the like B curl to the M curl and then you're having like it really snatched out on that outer corner. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of that, giving like that eyeliner effect. To give that effect of like, am I wearing makeup? Am I not? Or do I just like look this hot all the time? Right. I think that that's going to be huge this year. So, not to say if like mega volume is your style and that's your type of clientele that you have, I think you're going to keep those. You're going to be fine. And don't stress too much because there's going to be a client for everybody. There are always going to be clients that want a certain look versus others. But I do think that I do think that we're going to see more of. I do think that we're going to see more clients wanting a more everyday natural wear where I actually even think like classic lashes could be making a comeback, or we're just going to be using like closed 0.03, 0.02 fans. The next one, this is actually my last trend prediction for 2024 for this episode, is those DIY lashes. So I think that they're going to be marketed, which they already are, as a new service option for lash artists to do. And we're going to see a ton of brands coming out with them. So, DIY lashes, you guys have seen them, like the cluster lashes that we see that you put on, maybe a client buys from Target or whatever and they put on and they last like 5 days and they can customize. There's different lengths and all that stuff. So those have been around for years, right? Same with strip lashes. But DIY lashes are going to be something that I've seen lash brands, Lashbox LA is a big one, that they're coming out with like professional palettes of DIY lashes to where it's actually being marketed as a service that lash artists can provide for their clients. Now, I haven't done these on any of my clients yet. I kind of want to buy a set so I can just try it and see how it is and see actually how long they last. But what the concept is going to be is that it's a 15 to 20 minute service. A client comes in, you have like a palette of lashes with different lengths, and then they come in different curls too. So you'll have your C curl, your CC curl, your D curl, and then there's different styles. And pretty much as the artist, you're going to be able to still style your client's eye, and you're going to say, this kind of style would look good, like for your eye shape. You're going to have that artistic side of it. But then we're also going to just be placing the DIY lashes on them in the styling that you would do. And then the client pays for the service and then they leave. And then they're going to last. I feel like I actually did a TikTok video where a lot of people said that they've tried them and they last like more like 3 to 5 days, where I've seen a lot of people marketing like 5 to 10 days. So I feel like it's going to be something that's going to be for those clients that maybe can't afford the time to be able to come in and get lash extensions every 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe they are marketing them too for clients that have allergic reactions, but I haven't looked too much into what the adhesive is of that lash glue to know if like what that would be. So it's going to be marketed to people like that too, or somebody who right now just can't afford to get lash extensions with you. Then this is just another option. Now, I think it's great because I do think that it is a more affordable option for more people. And especially if lash brands are going to start coming out with these products, they're going to start having them as an option for wholesale. So that way you can buy these DIY lashes and you can sell them at your salon. So maybe a client comes in one time, you show them how to style their eye, which lengths you use, which curl you use, why this works for their eye, how to apply them. You send them home and then either they wear them for a couple days for their event or whatever it is, and then they do them themselves. They come in and they buy these palettes from you as a retail item, which could be great. That's a great profit margin that you can make some more money on and get to a larger audience, right? Because honestly too, as lash artists, we can only take so many people in a day. So maybe this could be a good option as a service for you where it's a shorter amount of time and you're going to be able to accommodate more clients at this time. So I do think that we're going to see a ton of brands coming out with this. We're going to see a ton of lash artists starting to add this on their service menu of what they're going to do for clients. Do I think that it's going to take away lash artist jobs? Do I think that all your clients, if you brought this into your salon, are all your clients going to be like, no, I don't want lash extensions anymore. Give me these DIY lashes. No, because there's like, if lashes only last 3 to 5 days, there are always going to be clients that don't want to even put on their own lashes, right? Like I've had clients come to me, they're like, I'm sick of doing strip lashes every day. That's why I want extensions. There are always going to be people who want that quality service and of the lash extensions and have them last, the 2 to 3 weeks. And honestly, from what I've heard from the research that I've done and who I've reached out to, that and lash artists that have even tried these DIY lashes is that they still prefer eyelash extensions. They prefer the feel, the look, and everything over the DIY lashes. So I don't think all your clients are going to leave you for these DIY lashes, but I do think that we're going to see it trend and become like a big thing in the industry this year. And I think we're just going to see a ton of brands come out with this product, and we're going to see them market it heavily to lash artists as a service option. Okay, let's get into our next topic for today, which is going to be my kind of content predictions and my plan that I'm going into for content creation and building my audience, along with like building the podcast, building my own personal platform, and everything like that. So the way that ourselves and our audience consumes content changes all the time. There are big shifts happening with TikTok and YouTube and Instagram right now. And I personally love observing. I love observing and seeing how these apps evolve and like what they do next. Because if you guys pay close attention, you're going to see like, oh, Instagram's kind of like following TikTok. Now TikTok's kind of following YouTube. Now YouTube was kind of following TikTok with the shorts. Like you're going to see all of them. What they're doing is they're trying to compete for our attention. They want our attention on their app. So they're all trying to compete and add these different things. So I personally love observing. I love paying attention to what makes me stop and scroll, what makes me like be like, ugh, I just get past this. I don't even want to see this anymore, right? What hits well with my audience when certain content that I put out. So I just love that process of watching it all. And it's something that I heavily am focusing on for 2024 for my business. It's just content creation in general and just growing my audience more, being really intentional and helping you guys do that as well, which I'm not going to announce it yet, but I do have this pivot in my business coming that I will be telling you guys about soon. I have dropped little hints on TikTok and Instagram. So if you're paying close attention, you may already know where this is going. But it's going to be just something that I am heavily, heavily committing to in 2024. So one of the first ones, which I think this is kind of funny, is that digital cameras are going to make a comeback, right? I've been seeing them everywhere. Digital cameras are going to be something that I think we're going to start seeing that everybody's going to have one again. And we're going to start taking more photos and stuff on that. And maybe if it is a video, taking content there. Because I do think I'm seeing this trend with a lot of people, me, myself, a lot of us are trying to limit our screen time. So maybe we still want to capture these moments, but not it be on our phone where we're like, being distracted by everything else that goes on in the world. So I do think digital cameras are going to make a huge comeback. I think we're going to see a ton of lash artists start popping out their digital cameras to take photos of clients instead of their phone. Video content is going to get even more high quality. If you don't have a professional camera to film, then I would definitely consider start to film things with your back camera on your phone. We did see like the past couple years with TikTok, especially, everybody really liked that like raw, real, which I still think they do like the rawness of TikTok. But I do think that people are starting to kind of crave more of the high quality production when it comes to podcasting or just the videos that you're putting out in general. So if you don't already film with your back camera, I would try to film with that as much as possible. If you do have a nice camera, then I would try to film with that and then edit. I love using CapCut for editing. Edit there, resize it for a TikTok or a reel, and then post it there instead of just filming on your front camera. I know it's awkward, especially when you're doing face talking. You're talking to the phone with your face, or oh my gosh, what am I even saying? When you're trying to record yourself talking, I still do think even for that, try and use your back camera just for that higher quality is going to be really important going into this year. And that's something too for me that's going to be huge with the podcast and with just content in general is I want to just have higher quality production. And I hope that you guys will see that happen soon, especially with the podcast, because I want to give you guys the best. Okay, so I think a big thing too, and something that I'm focusing on is creating longer form content, especially on TikTok. If you guys follow me there, I did a video where I was telling you how I joined their creativity program beta, and that is where TikTok pays you for your views. So I really wanted to kind of test it out because I want to be like, what is like the potential on here for money that you can make, and is it gonna make my views go down, is it gonna like limit my engagement or my reach, or can you actually make like a decent income every month on this app, right? The thing with this program is it is prioritizing videos. You can only get paid on videos that are a minute or longer. So that's something right there. TikTok wants you to create longer form content. There actually is a study that it was announced that over 50% of its users right now are watching content that's a minute or longer. So if you're producing and you're putting out content on TikTok, I would really focus on keeping it, trying to get it to that minute mark, because when anything comes out and when they say whenever they do a new feature or they say that they're prioritizing something, like, put out that type of content because they're going to push that type of content, especially if that's what they're trying to grow. I do think that TikTok is going to kind of trying to be more like YouTube. And I actually last night, I noticed this. I updated my TikTok app and there was a cast button on my TikTok that I could cast my TikTok to my TV screen, which that's never been like there before within the app. So what a lot of people are thinking that's going to happen, and what I think too, just based on being on the app and using it, and that they just introduced a 30-minute video feature option, is that they're kind of trying to be more like YouTube, right? Longer form content. People are now not loving as much of those 7-second reels and stuff like that, that they're wanting to actually get to know somebody, learn something, listen to a story, kind of watch, imagine your page is like your own little reality show. Like they want to watch what you're doing. So the fact that they added a cast button right there tells me that they're prioritizing longer form content. So if you're wanting to grow on that platform and you're wanting to build authority and make money, prioritize longer form content. Definitely come over, follow me on TikTok so you guys can see my journey within the creativity program beta. And I'm going to be doing updates on like how much we make each month, what we're doing, what's working, what's not working. I love like transparency is one of the foundations of my business. So I always love being transparent with you guys and kind of showing you guys what's working for me. So that way you can do it for yourself too. And maybe what's not working as well. Because I think that being transparent in our industry is something that we all still need to work on and to grow. And so I would definitely start prioritizing longer form content. I think that I think YouTube channels are going to be popping off. I think everybody is going to start a YouTube channel this year. And I think even not even brands, we're going to see a rise of solo artists starting YouTube channels where it's going to be that longer form content. And maybe if it's even only a 5 or 10-minute video, that we're going to see a lot of people prioritizing putting content on YouTube as well. Because once again, guys, think of it as your own little reality show. It's going to be a place where they can come and tune into you. So we're going to see YouTube channels pop off. And I think if you don't have one, it'd be great to start one, especially if you even are posting content that's a couple minutes long, that's a great place to put it as well. Or start creating that longer form content and repurpose it into shorter segments for Instagram or TikTok to invite them to come over to your YouTube channel to watch the entire video and subscribe there. In my opinion, I do think that Instagram is not dead. I think for so long people are like, "Oh, Instagram like is just sucky. My reach isn't as good." Like, all this stuff. I don't think it's dead at all. I just think it's evolving again. I think that right now, like 7-second or short reels with like a sound, like music in the background that's maybe more of a B-roll where it's you doing lashes or walking or in your mirror or whatever, and you have like a nice hook on the text on screen, and then you direct them to read a really very educational filled valuable caption. Those seem to be still working really well on Instagram. I do think that we're going to start seeing Instagram going back to more people posting photos. I do think that, I don't know. I just feel like I think Instagram's going to kind of transition back to like its older days. Like I think we're still going to see reels and everything like that. I also do think that Instagram is going to roll out a feature soon where you can upload longer videos. So it's going to be more like 3-minute videos because right now I believe it's at 90 seconds because they tend to follow the trend of what TikTok and YouTube are. And if people are wanting longer form content, then they're going to also release a feature that is going to give you the ability to have a longer form content that you can upload to your page. So I do think we're going to see that, but I also do think that we're just going to see more, especially with like digital cameras and stuff coming out. I think we're going to kind of see like it's going to feel like Instagram in like 2016, 2017. I don't know. We'll see how it is. I just feel like something is changing there where we're going back to photos. But that they're also going to try to evolve with the option of longer form content. Um, so I want to give you guys just some overall tips when it comes to content creation and when you're where you're trying to put your energy and when you want to actually build a genuine following and a genuine audience that is within your target audience, because I think that still so many of us love the vanity metrics of how many followers we have or how many views something got, right? The first tip that I have for you is to always focus on engagement over going viral. I talk to a lot of business owners, especially on TikTok, where their accounts blew up on Instagram. They did really well and they want to transition over to TikTok, but they don't get as many views or they're like not getting the same engagement or vanity metrics as they were on Instagram. It's not blowing up the same. Always take note of whatever you post. If you post something that got 1 million views, but you gained a bunch of followers that are either bot accounts or random, like, I don't know, look, teenagers, like whatever it is. Just take note, like, are the followers that you're gaining, are those people that would actually potentially be a client or a student or a customer of yours one day? Or was it just the vanity metrics of like, oh my God, this reel hit 1 million and like I got all these followers, but do they really care about my brand? Right. So track your engagement. I would much rather have a video get 500 views that has 12 comments of people engaging in the comments and talking and asking questions and liking and saving the video over those high numbered views. So also to focus on the engagement. Don't post and ghost. This is going to be throughout all platforms. When you post something, be available for like 15 to 30 minutes to be able to engage with those people that comment on your stuff first. All of the algorithms love to see that. They love to see people talking in your comments. So respond to everything and try not to just respond an emoji if you really want to see good growth on your account and build a loyal audience. Try not to just respond an emoji. Respond with something and then ask them a question. Try to keep the conversation going within the comments for, a couple comments at least. That shows the algorithm that you are interacting, you're on the app, and that people are interested in what you have to say. So therefore they're going to push it out to more people that are like that as well, resulting in more engagement, which is what is really important for us here. I mentioned this a little bit in the beginning, but take note. Like, if you feel like, oh, none of my content is hitting, like, it's not getting views, I feel like I don't know what's going on, be an observer. Take note of what makes you stop and stop scrolling. What makes your ears perk? What makes you click save on a video? What makes you want to share that video with somebody? Take note. Is there a way, not copy the person's entire video, but take the format of their video and apply it to your own business with your own messaging? Is there a way that you can do that, right? So I think those are just some of my big tips when it comes to content creation. My very last one, which I've talked about this so many times, is do not prioritize trending sounds. I see this all too often in the beauty industry where I get it. It's easy content that you can use a trending sound. Usually they're short, 15 seconds, and you can make a cute little video and you can post it. And maybe you'll get, some good views right away because it's trending. But remember, a trending sound is going to be the content that has the shortest shelf life because when that trend is no longer a trend, the algorithms are not going to push it out to anybody because it's no longer trending. Nobody cares anymore. They've moved on, right? I personally feel if you can keep trending sounds to like less than 20% of your content, that is ideal. Um, And if you do use a trending sound, try to think of a way that you can actually still give value to your audience. Are you having a really educational, value filled caption? Are you directing them into the DM so they can have a conversation with you and ask questions? How can we actually do this in a way? Because I personally feel like trending sounds are the laziest and most predictable kind of content that you can make. I get it, it can be fun, and I'm not saying to never use them because I have used them before and they are fun to make and they're silly and it's fine, but I would not prioritize your focus on that. It is going to have the shortest shelf life and it's predictable. If it's trending and everybody's doing it, there's been so many times I've been scrolling on Instagram and I'm like seeing the same trend. I'm like, I scroll past because I'm like, I already know what's going to happen. It's predictable, right? Because it's a trend. Everybody's doing it. So that's just my last piece of advice for you guys when it comes to content creation. But we're going to wrap up this episode for today. Let me know you guys are listening. Take a screenshot, share in your stories, send me a DM if anything resonated with you, if you took anything away, or you had a mind blowing moment that you took away from this. And I love you guys. I'm so excited for what's in store for 2024. And I will see you guys next Wednesday for a new episode of Educated Artistry. Love ya. Bye.